The sound is problem now.
Mm-hmm.
My poster is messed up. You're ready to go. Please check that the sound on YouTube um, and Facebook is good. After this music by Big Bamo featuring Tolu Kowonje, we launch.
This is the Vintage Talkshow with Akintunde-Johnson, the FAJ.
Wow, what a way to start the new year. We're Well, we apologize for starting about 10 minutes late. It's because we've been cooking, preparing, and all that. Good morning, friends. Welcome to the first episode of the Vintage Talk Show with the Fudge in the year 2025. After a 2 week break, it's like a novelty to me. We are back, and you are welcome. Wherever you are listening to us or watching us, YouTube, Facebook, or live on radio. Top Radio 90.9 FM. I'm your anchor. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Faj. Today I have a full house. It's a nice way to start. Let me start with the one that is by my immediate left, who I thought would be also doing electronic abracadabra, but suddenly she showed up. Good morning. It's Ife Arogundade.
Good morning to everybody. Welcome to a new year, brand new year. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. This year, we are going to be giving you lots and lots of exciting and interesting news to our talk show and everything. So stay all through this year with us.
Ooh, we are starting on a smooth steps. How was what was your Christmas break?
My Christmas break was fine. It was lovely. We thank God.
Is there anything that you do that is not fine and lovely? Everything is fine and lovely. Okay,
We are positive.
you are positive minded. Good, I believe you.
Yeah,
Also with
okay.
us this morning, usually is a professional latecomer, but he tried this morning. Analyst and co-anchor Alex Ogundadegbe. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, sir, and good morning to Lagos. I must say it's great to be on the Vintage Talk Show in a new year. And like Isife says, our in-house optimist, I'm sure we're going to have a great time and it's going to be a great year ahead. I have a positive mind.
I must apologize. Probably going to happen throughout the whole period. Today, for the voice quality of the online people. We're sorry about that. Please strain your ears and manage us this today at least. And of course, the big masquerade himself, the doyen of broadcasting journalism, and my friend and brother and co-anchor, uh, Tokumbo or Jekyll. I don't want to give his full name like citation. So, good morning, folks.
Good
Happy New
morning, Fudge.
Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year. Nice to be here again with you. Happy New Year, everybody. It promises to be another great time out with us. Just as Isife and Alex have prayed about it, I also have prayed that except for the technical things we experienced last year, everything is going to change this year by His grace,
Amen.
and the content will be greater as you would expect. But
Amen.
somehow I miss the fun of a Christmas. I miss the carita. I miss the Christmas.
Yeah.
As you grow old, those things feel back.
You leave some
So
things behind. Yes.
yeah, leaving some things behind. But great, welcome to the show. We're glad to be here.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Mr. T. Um, we are going to have, well, I believe we're going to have an interesting day. Let's start with lineup. And I must remind you that on the Vintage Talk Show, we'll continue to speak truth to power and shine light on dark sports. So, well, we have New Year and then new tweaks. You may notice some adjustments to our lineup when we start. Tonight, I mean, for this moment, we start with the quote of the week. And it says, "No person is born great. Great people become great when others are sleeping. No person is born great. Great people become great when others are sleeping." Alex and Mr. T, what's your take on that?
Well, it sounds very interesting for me. Um, Nobody's born great, really. I mean, it's a process. And so there must be some truth in that statement.
I believe so too. While others are sleeping, you are working, preparing, making preparations, studying, researching, and when you come out with something worthwhile, people
Hmm.
will say, "Those who have just
Hmm.
woken up, that's great, that's great."
Yeah.
Is while you
Yeah.
are that were when they were sleeping, you were perspiring.
Hmm.
I get that. Okay. Well, we'll be giving you our appetizers now. Nigerian entertainment news, what you call Niger trends, trending Nigerian stories, and then reviews of major newspaper headlines. You can join us and participate in this. Your voice will even be better than Mr. T and Alex this morning. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. You can also send us SMS or WhatsApp, and the number is 0810 713 7559. I repeat, 0810 713 7559. We would love to hear from you. This year, it's going to be a little more interactive and in your face. Okay. First and first, entertainment news as usual with AC Fair Arogudade. Let's go.
I didn't have bank account while with P-Square. May D. Nigerian singer Akinmayokun Awodumila, popularly known as Mehdi, has spoken out about the alleged poor treatment he experienced while signed to the record label Square Records, owned by the R&B duo P-Square. Mehdi claims that P-Square sabotaged his opportunities with Akon's Convict Music, where the duo had previously been signed. Mehdi gained prominence after joining Square Records in 2011, but by August 2012, it was officially announced that he was no longer with the label.
May D
Yeah, Mehdi.
is one of the chap that said they gave him one room that was showed the picture that I mean thinking that with another artist or with another company it will be much
The,
better
the
situation.
elder brother of P
I don't
Square
know.
was.
I don't know. Is it recording company that will open the account for you? If they didn't pay you, you can say yes. I released music. They didn't give me shishi. But that you don't have a bank account. Is it the problem of the label or whatever? But so it should be more specific. Say things that is it not the one that I also read that he had better songs or something like that than Davido and all the other guy. You should not use notoriety to get claim. It's just do creativity, ingenuity. That's what we want to
But
see.
Fudge,
All this
it's
lamentation of the
possible.
past. Yes, sir.
Fudge, it's possible he has better songs now, but he has never released them.
Abi, how will he?
It has not been singing for a long time.
How will he? Is he senior to all these Davido and others? Know your seniority now.
That's
It's
the
all
music.
this brick batting and all that. It can't fetch you any acclaim. It will just typecast you as a bellyache. Look at the
Yeah.
faces. The faces, black face, two face, what's the other face, face and all that.
Triple face.
You
Triple
know,
face.
only only one of them is always complaining
Mm.
and all that. It won't really fetch you acclaim, as it is. So you should get a grip and do the right thing.
Mm.
Okay, let's go.
Valentine. Valentine Chukuma emerges highest grossing film editor in 2024. Award-winning film editor Valentine Chukuma became the highest grossing Hollywood film editor in 2024, sharing this honor with Israel Odunsi for their work on the film Everybody Loves Jennifer. Film One, a film distribution company, announced this on its Instagram page as Film One NG on Monday, 13th January. Sanjo Adegoke Sanjo Adegoke is the second highest grossing editor this year, thanks to the films Beast of Two Worlds, Ajakaju, and Lakatabu. Adekunle Oyetunde follows in third place, recognized for editing Queen Latifah and Thin Line. Idris Razak ranks fourth for his work on Adoshipo and What About Us. Victoria Kujobi appears as the seventh highest grossing Nollywood editor for her contributions to Beast of Two Worlds, Ajakaju, and Criminal. Kayode Aranshiola is in eighth place with the films Farmer's Bride and All Is Fair in Love. Kelvin Testers and Gabi Wamidu tied for ninth for their work on Alakada, Bad and Buji. Finally, the 10th highest grossing Nollywood editor is Susan Ukalo, recognized for her editing in Muri and Co., Saving Onome, and Three Working Days. Film One celebrated these achievements on their Instagram page, stating, celebrating the unsung heroes who transform raw footage into cinematic masterpieces. These are the visionaries who shape the films we love, blending creativity, dedication, and brilliance.
I just love it when
Well
Mm.
done,
little
well done.
known little known professionals get their flowers, as they
Word.
call it, the
Mm-hmm.
accolade.
Mm-hmm.
They work in the background doing great things, stuff that we enjoy and we shout and clap. But you give the honor to the actors, the sometimes the directors and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
the workmen, the editors, the
Behind the
gaffers,
scenes, yes.
the continuity
Jesus.
person, the,
Set
the
designers.
local
Yeah.
people, we don't really appreciate them. So I like it that
Yeah.
because those guys give effects, give
Mm.
cut out what would have been uh, distortions or something that will make it less appealing and all that. They clean it up, so to speak. They clean up the work of the editor, director, and all that. And what they present, you now say, "Wow!" in the cinema. So it's great. Giving kudos to video editors and film editors and all that. Well done, well done. Yeah.
Well done. Faithia Williams celebrates son's first class. Nollywood actress Faithia
Oh,
Williams is celebrating a proud moment as her son Khalid Balogun graduates with a first-class degree from the University of Lagos. The elated mother shared the news on Instagram, posting a photo of Khalid alongside a heartfelt message. In her post, she expressed immense joy and gratitude, praising her son for his dedication, hard work, and perseverance. Faithia prayed for her son's continued success, happiness, and fulfillment, asking that he be guided by faith, courage, and determination as he embarks on his new journey. She wrote, I am at a loss for words. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. My darling son, at Khalid Gram underscore, I am overwhelmed with joy and gratitude as I celebrate your incredible achievements. You have worked tirelessly and persevered through the challenges, and today you have emerged with a first class degree from the Creative Department at the University of Lagos.
Wow.
Wow, wow.
Pa, pa, pa,
Lovely.
pa, pa.
That's
Even,
really lovely. Lovely.
Congrats, congrats.
even the late
The
clap
joy, the
is
joy of a mother.
still
Yes,
in
yes,
order.
yes.
You see, that's the other day I saw the picture on video, both Saeed and Faith here. This one now is only the picture of the boy, Abby.
Okay, there's one picture
With
of him and
the two of them.
two of them. Then there's one mother and
Oh, that would
son.
have been
Yeah.
nice and lovely if they're still together, nurturing the boy and all that. Well, it's the way of the world. This was first class
Yes.
from University of Lagos, no doubt. And then the creative department is a very difficult department.
Very,
That's
very,
looking
very.
after the clothes. You know, most people will say, hey, what else do you expect? You know, and that
It's in the blood, oh.
is in the blood. That,
Yes, yes.
It's in the blood, oh.
it's
DNA
food.
new.
Where do you expect this food to fall if not beside you?
Exactly.
Yeah. So congratulations, nonetheless. There are some of us that are very this and that and that, and our children don't get that kind of. I mean, it's a very rare thing.
Very.
Congratulations to both parents and to Khalid too. Well done. Okay.
Moses Bliss warns against circulating fake photos of baby. Gospel singer Moses Bliss has warned the public to stop sharing pictures of different babies falsely claimed to be his child. In a Facebook post on Tuesday, 14th January, Moses clarified that he and his wife, Mary, have not yet revealed their baby's face to the world. The couple recently announced the birth of their first child on Friday, 10th January. While expressing gratitude for the outpouring of love and congratulations since the announcement, Moses Bliss appealed to the public to refrain from circulating fake images, including AI-generated photos, as representations of their child. He further revealed that he has been inundated with pictures of various babies sent from around the world.
Wow.
Moses also thanked those who have supported his call to set the record straight, noting that the situation has been overwhelming.
Yeah. First child.
As
And
in,
then I give you all kinds of children
you
all
know
over the
what
world.
making breathe.
You know, they are starved of the children of nowadays. They are starved of the information. They want that face. When they can't get the face, they're imagining the face. They're creating the face.
AI,
Using AI
children.
to recreate the face of somebody else's child. People have time.
Wow.
People have time. Oh. People have time.
So look at the ears. The ears are like something, something.
You know, maybe they'll use the hologram or the frame of Bliss himself to recreate the child. Why can't we just wait until and then why somebody else's child? If you're dying for it? Oh my. Okay. It's the way of the world nowadays. Okay, let's move on.
This is inaccurate. Omotola Jalade. Famous Nollywood actress Omotola Jalade Ekende has described the viral report claiming she fled the United States due to the ongoing wildfires in Los Angeles as inaccurate. We recall that the actress announced her arrival in Nigeria on Thursday, 9th January, through a series of posts on her Instagram story. In her post, she stated Touchdown Abuja. When my American fans follow me back to Nigeria, I had to evacuate in 20 minutes. Please, guys, stay safe out there. If you have family in LA, check on them. Following the announcement, many media outlets reported that Omotola left LA for Nigeria because of the wildfires, which have forced over 137,000 people to evacuate their homes and claimed more than 30 lives,
Hmm.
including that of Hollywood actress Dallas Corey. However, in a statement posted on her Instagram page on Tuesday evening, Omotola denied the viral speculations and reassured her fans that she and her family are safe.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the most important thing.
Yes, yes,
I mean,
Okay.
if you see fire,
Okay.
won't you evacuate in any case? What's the big
yes,
deal about that?
yes.
You know,
Abi, do you
and
blame her? Would you blame her
thousands of
fully?
homes were destroyed in the fire, and even I understand one actress was killed. A number of
Yes.
people were killed. About 30, I heard
No,
last
very,
time.
very sad story.
Very sad.
Very sad
Mm,
story.
Mm.
An old man in wheelchair couldn't make it because he couldn't
Wow.
move. His
mm,
son, amputee, also passed on because there was nowhere.
Oh,
It's so gory. The stories behind the stories are really saddening. Yeah,
ah,
very saddening. Um,
so Jalade, I mean, Omotola, we thank God that you are safe and you are back
mhm.
in the
yes,
country.
yes. So,
Um, we ask. I don't know how to pray for this. It's so sad. There was this story I read. Somebody just called the neighbor. The fire is getting close to and he didn't know. He just looked at and saw it like about less than 100 meters away. And he said he had only 5 minutes or 10 minutes or thereabout to pick things and
To
run out
pick
of the
up.
house. Then you look back and your house is gone. You know, it's
Wow.
it's a tragic,
You
terrible
know,
thing.
you know, a side story. A side man said to me that the fire in LA also had a soul.
Mm.
It moved as if a human being was running. Do you understand? They
Wow.
saw life in it.
Wow.
They just couldn't explain it.
Wow.
It's God is. They just couldn't explain it. So sad.
All kinds of
Well,
interpretations.
Mm.
Some people are saying
we
it's the
commiserate with
wrath of
them.
God.
Mm.
Uh,
Wrath of God.
we it's called force majeure. It's a what's it called? It's a fault
Yeah.
of nature.
mm,
Nature.
And
Yeah.
I know the area is notorious for fire outbreaks like that and all that. But
Hmm.
the dimension of this one is staggering. It's too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
it's very terrible.
okay.
Okay.
Do we still have more?
Yes, you can take this. I was used and dumped. Viral fish pie seller Alex Evalsam, a Nigerian pastry seller who rose to fame with his catchy fish pie tune, has opened up about the personal and financial challenges he faced after gaining popularity. In August 2024, Alex's life changed dramatically when he posted a TikTok video while selling his fish pies, in which he sang the now famous line, "Now wow, some people them too do oh, now wow, fish pie." The video quickly went viral, garnering millions of views across various social media platforms. Despite the attention, Alex revealed that he had been taken advantage of by others. He debunked
Mm.
rumors that claimed he had received large sums of money from celebrities, stating, "The rumors that they gave me 10 million naira, 5 million naira, and more are untrue. The truth is, many of these people took advantage of me." Alex also addressed his social media presence, explaining that many accounts bearing his name do not belong to him. "I do not have a
Mm.
Facebook page, and all those accounts with millions of views are not mine. My first one was taken from me, and another person used it," he stated.
Wow.
Hmm.
I'm sure when we get to Niger trends, we will see some of these things there.
Hmm.
There's some
Mhm.
news that are interesting. I didn't even know about the fish pie thing until Esife brought it up. Uh, and then became an internet sensation. You know the beauty of this thing is, I was reading one guy, is it Paul Sweden or something like that, or Peter Sweden or something. He's a Swedish, and I think he had about more than 500,000 followers on his Twitter X page now, and he said he said he's now the media in Sweden. He's the Swedish media now, because all the media houses in Sweden, when you combine all their followers in on the X platform, zone is larger. It's only larger. It has become so. There are people
The media.
who are sensations, who are very
Yeah,
popular just
true.
on your telephone. So and they make a lot of money, So it's
Yeah.
the media dynamics has really been turned upside down. Now that people
Yeah,
can be very famous in your country and you haven't heard about them.
that's
If you are
true.
old school and you don't go and try and know things about new school, you'll be left behind. You'll be wondering, who is this one?
That's
And whole
true.
crowd is following. And you haven't seen the face before in your life. Because you are still
I'm
reading
your village.
newspapers.
I'm your village person.
You are still reading newspapers and watching television. These people have moved ahead. Everything is in their handheld. It's handheld. Wow. That's the end of it.
Social media
Oh,
has
thank
changed everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
gentlemen, we've come close to the air. Come to the close of the entertainment news. Fairly interesting and educating. We'll move on. Let's take a short break and listen to this music. It says, "You don't hit my car." Of course, Tony Tetuila featuring Pastor Goody Goody.
That's the goody goody.
Oh, gosh. Okay, we have some issues to discuss. One, Uh, I will just quickly briefly explain the Nigerian trends. It's about uh, let's talk about local trends, what people
Mm-hmm.
resonate with here. For instance, the issue of the girl who dated a gospel artist, and next thing we saw is her head in the handbag with the man, the supposed gospel artist, and you wonder somebody's trying to avoid dating Yahoo boy, and he ends up with a gospel artist
Pastor.
that was safe,
The
and
fake
then
gospel artist.
well,
The
he
pastor
came,
in the
yeah,
making.
but that's the title he has given himself. Uh, we also would like to talk about the biggest party in town last time out, where we have the president showed face, the the what's it called, the Okoya party, 85th birthday party that also ended with one or two of the children uh,
Praying,
dealing
praying.
with Nigerian naira, and talks or side talks of persecution, prosecution, and all that. We thank God Boston has joined us, and is in his red shirt
At the right time.
that was slightly stained by another red shirt barely a week ago. Good morning,
No,
boss.
that's the lie.
That means
You didn't hear? Manchester
Good
United
morning.
chased them out of the FA Cup that they used to be their family heirloom.
Just help them.
God just help them. Why it's the same God is not your God?
We left it for them.
the transfer
Oh,
window.
Mr. Alex,
I don't know
morning,
why
sir.
Morning, bro.
Hey,
You're
morning,
welcome.
morning, boss.
Happy New Year, Bosun.
I can't get.
Happy New Year, sir. Obviously, Happy New Year, sir.
Really? Oh my God. The were those guys were they arrested or prosecuted? Sort of your choirs.
They've got to Ghana.
Yay! I've got the
It's not
sound
repeated.
back. Can you guys see
What?
me?
Yes, we can hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
I've got the speaker back. Praise God. I'm so
Which of the
excited.
speakers? Obasa.
The one for my booster.
The one in the
Which of
studio.
the speakers are you talking about?
Oh, okay, I got that.
No, we need to. I need to ask you.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. Yeah. You're on the roll.
Speaker.
Oh, that man overplayed his hand. He overplayed
Yeah.
his hand.
He did.
He's my good friend. Oh, we were classmates in Lasso.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I don't
There
know him
was news that he kept the
at
governor waiting for 4 hours for a budget presentation.
Yeah.
He said, "You don't hit my car." This was 22 years ago, 23 years ago. If Tinubu should hit your car now, there's no Igbo. It's you and your car.
Just get a new one.
You get a new one. You get a new one in return. Oh, don't go there. Don't go there.
We are back on the Vintage Talk Show, and you could see my voice is more electric because we've gotten our voices back, especially the online voices, and you will hear them loud and clear shortly. And it's great to have with us, join us now, Olutu Bosun Oshifowora, legal expert and social development advocate. One day I will know what that thing means, but he's here with us, a diehard Arsenal fan who thankfully does not let the results show in his voice.
Die-hard one.
Good morning, Bosun.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to be back and happy New Year.
You're welcome.
It's
Happy New Year.
same here. So we are on Niger trends. Yeah, we've cut off our global trends for now, and say let's talk about our own trends. There are things that are happening on this that may not feature in newspapers or cover headlines that we usually cover when we do reviews of newspaper headlines. And so there are trending stories that ordinary people on the road, in the houses, in homes, and all that, and workplaces, they resonate with and they run with. For instance, we're sharing stuff like, let's start with the very painful one. You know, the police alleged about 5 days ago or 6 days ago that there was met the court a suspect who was carrying a human head in a bag, and information that came out was like it was a gospel artist, and the head belonged to his girlfriend, and two things shoot out for me, you know. The unfortunate lady probably thought that it was better to date a minister of the gospel, a supposed man of God, than chasing after Yahoo boys and all those ritualists and all this. You don't know what they are until they change in the night and become something else. And then so she went after a safe bet, a gospel artist. Well, it still ended in the same terrible thing. Gentlemen, what is we have children, we pray they never meet such things and all that, but they happen every time. What's going on?
Uncle Fine, let me quickly say, sir, with all due respect to everybody in the house, I want to take this from a different angle. The National Orientation Agency needs to step up now, like now.
Mm-hmm.
They need to dissuade minds of young people that human sacrifice don't bring money. That connection I don't understand because they keep killing themselves. They keep killing young people, keep killing themselves in the bid to make money. The only angle to which you can make money from this thing is organ harvesting. But that you kill someone and then you will now use the blood for what currency is it going to bring out for you? Because they keep catching them. But the downside and the sad part is that you've wasted a life that could have become anything. So how the national orientation, there's no word out there convincing young people that blood don't give money. We're lacking in that area. We need. I'm not even going into the old gospel artist, and we have seen that the Yahoo boy is as much a sinner as the gospel artist. So, and they meet at the same end because of what has happened. But basically, I feel government and the agencies and the media need to really step up, and maybe by way of jingle, by way of orientation and reorientation, to tell young people that human blood don't bring money. People are still convinced about that. And I'll tell you one sad part, sir. If you check Facebook and basically social media, there are ritualists who come on and they try to say this thing because a lot of these young people, they'll say they met somebody on Facebook, they met somebody on social media, Instagram, who said, if you do this, if you kill this person, it doesn't work. And we need to step up the orientation for young people. If we don't do it, God forbid that people closer to us or our own children will be the victim one day. Because how blood will bring money? What currency is he bringing to them? I still don't know.
The one that is helping them, where does he live? What kind of money does he have? You know, a lot of people have to step up. The law enforcement agencies have to step up. You have to clamp down on people who go online to say they can make you rich, you know, by some means beyond hard work and perspiration. We have to clamp down. I mean, parents have to step up and teach their children the beauty and benefits of labor and integrity. Schools have to step up. A lot of people have to step up. A lot of things have to step because the decay is so deep. The problem is so deep and annoying. You know, people are dying every day. You see pictures and it look like you are doing skits. These things are not skits. Actual life.
FAJ, sorry, I have to pop in here. Now, you know, the idea of killing people to make money didn't just start yesterday. It started from the 60s, 1960s, when we used to watch local drama. I'm not kidding you. And we had this idea. Those narratives were that, look, the children were actually being kidnapped. Kids were being kidnapped. It was bad in the 60s and a bit into the 70s. And that narrative has to be stopped entirely because I understand where the NOA should come in, but soon we'll talk. But my feeling is this: sometimes these things enter the left ear and come out of the right ear. If we have people who matter, the idols, the icons of the big theater industry, step out to say this thing is not real, right? Then people and churches too, mosques should wake up. It's not an NOA thing alone. Because right now it's gone across religions, it's actually gone beyond what you can imagine now. Now, the blood they shed, the organ harvesting. Somebody can prove to the fact that, you have to pick the body first, and then you can harvest the organs. How can I harvest the organs when the person is alive? You know, it's a very sad thing, and we really need to step it up. We really have to step it up. The pity look at the picture. Look at and the destiny that has been cut short, the life that has been cut short, and this is just one. As somebody said the other day, this is just one of we can hear. Others are still lingering. Many people, many youths have been discovered kidnapped. They can't even know where. They can't trace them. They don't know where they are. So it's been going on.
Mr. T, I appreciate that. You know, I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know. Even from when we were young, you remember Feyi Kogbon, Kotu Ashikpa, all these things. They all tried to show that quick money, ritual money, and all these things don't don't will always end in disarray and tragedy and danger and all that. Even our films, even when we were complaining about the notoriety of all these ritual bloodletting and all that stuff, nobody in those films, I believe, I don't know if I could say, maybe let's say 90% of those films don't essentially romanticize the bloodletting and ritual, because those people don't always end well. They don't always end well. The resolution of the film, you will see them either being arrested, being detained, or even suffering the ultimate sacrifice of being killed and all that.
Uncle,
So I understand and appreciate, but I
Uncle
don't know.
Fine,
It's so
sorry.
yeah.
Uncle, I want to say something. You know what we were used to was that they don't end well. What we need to tell them is that it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't
There's no
even work.
ritual.
It
It's
doesn't
a
even
different
work.
did it.
Yeah.
Some people say, I don't mind. Let me be rich for 2 years. Rituals don't bring money. That's what we even need to tell those people, because I don't know what currency that you blood will bring you. It doesn't
It's
work. It's not
you
real.
know our our country. I don't know. Our society, the way we're designed. I don't understand. You listen to. I was watching. Facebook. You don't even know reality and fakery and all that. I was watching a video recorded by a supposed blogger, and three boys were saying, I mean, they don't even look as if they have 10,000 in their possession. Just simply dressed and all that. And they said they have mansions, they have billions, and they are not going to live more than 3 months, or is it 3 weeks or something ridiculous. And they're looking for how to share the money, and they can't give their family members. They have to give it to random people and all that. And I don't know. I don't know, because people see that, and it's like the whatever they got involved with will claim their life in their
Mhm.
life in about 3 months or 3 weeks or something terminal. So how did they come about that? How did they come about those resources? Are they just? I don't just. I don't know. It's so. One side of me don't believe that these things work. Another side is, how do these people get this money? They seem to flaunt. They seem to mesmerize the young ones with, because they do have access to some kind of resources. I don't know what currency they are getting it.
What
I don't know if
currency?
it's or whatever, but they appear to live big. And because you can see, I mean, you see them keep bring, but it does not. Preclude what you have said and the advice you have given. We should ram it into the heads of our young ones. You
Mhm.
can't make all these ritual thing you are doing. She can't come out of it. Nothing can I mean, why do they need to? You don't even need to. Is it a dollar printed by the Americans, or they are printing their own dollar? Or, or you is printing the dollar? Where is the dollar coming from? You know, but we have seen things where people claim that they were paid such large sum of money, and then,
Mhm.
well, it took 2 hours after they checked something has turned to ordinary papers. Like display of a hand kind of a thing, like
Mhm.
money doctors or money changers and all that. Crazy things happen in this country. You don't know which one. Anyway, let's move on to brighter side before our guest comes in. Now, you remember, I don't know if Ibrahim was there, but since the society man is always in Ijebu Day party, Lagos party, Badagry party, and when you have a name that starts with two boss and you are called boss money, you have to,
Boss money.
you have to make a man about town. You remember Chief Okoya's 85th birthday came just last weekend, and we saw images of the president. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was there to celebrate with him, and the it was a expectedly high octane shindig, so to speak. But the highlights or the fallout of the event were pictures that went viral of the children of the, I don't know if the last wife or the youngest wife of Shade Okoya, where flinging money, like water, throwing it in bundles, in sheaves, something that will make the poor man, collapse in frustration, and a police officer was by the side watching this, probably their what do they call them, their aid, official aid, or whatever, and the money was flowing. Well, the last thing we heard was that the police officer had been detained for improper conduct, watching while Naira was being debased and in quote dehumanized. I don't know if they have arrested the boys. Two
Why should
chaps,
we?
good, because well, Bosu will let us know more. There's something against you flinging Naira anyhow. They say you are debasing the Naira. Naira is already down. It's already down. It's about 1,500 or 1,600 to a dollar.
But this is a serious matter.
So they're saying our Naira that's already down should not be brushing. Not before that.
You don't keep a currency that is down.
You don't get. When you are down, it's the end of the game. You are the end of the game.
In this
case, it's an overkill.
They can say man that is down fears no fall. This one
doesn't fall. It's already down.
But there's something we need to put together here, sir. The video of the boys actually came before the party. The party was just last week. The video was about 2 weeks ago, and there are some boys who did it. Now, the thing is that the law is no respecter of any person. There's the CBN Act already says that if you mutilate the car or you trample on Naira or you pay money in such a way like the boys did, that you run foul of the law, and it's about 6 months imprisonment, and also some fines come with it. Now, but we saw what happened. I think it was Idris Bobrisky's case that was the celebrated case, and we've seen other people after that, arrested by the police. In the case of these boys, there was a police orderly, I think maybe attached to their parents, who was there. And in fact, that also generated a lot of buzz because the police came out and disciplined the man. The man was holding money for them. And people were like, like they say in Yoruba, that a lot of my friends that the man was just the man was there doing his own job and he couldn't have stopped the kids. You know how all those rich kids. One of the things, one, I learned that the kids have gone abroad, and then there was a Twitter feed. There was a Twitter reaction from one of them apologizing to the police that it was a skit. They were just messing around within the house and all. Another part of the law is that when kids are under 18, which I think is the case here, you don't actually treat them like adults.
Adults, yeah.
So, and one of the things also the law enforcement agents and agencies don't do here is warning is also part of corrective measures under the law, particularly when it comes to younger people. There's no point throwing them behind bars. Sometimes you can warn them, not because they are rich kids, but because basically they are underage. And there's something that the government needs to do in this regard to actually send a message. Because what happens with this young people is that once somebody does something somewhere, it resonates, and the ripple effect is that everybody wants to copy them. So, in order
Yeah.
to foster that kind of thing, the government needs to come out. But I learned from the last time I checked, I learned they were out of the country, and that takes it a little bit out of the purview of the police. But what the police can do, which they have done, was to reprimand the man who was there. The
Yes, so
reprimand now, I don't know. The poor man. We couldn't have stopped them. You can't stop these kids. We know how to do. So what they wanted him to do in that instance, I don't know. But he was just sitting there and Oforico bullets. So
He should have insisted that
what should he have done? What should he have done?
He should have taken himself out of the picture. He should have removed himself from the picture. Please, take the camera away. Or wear face mask or head scarf to hide his identity.
But they gave him, kids can give him 1 million and say, "Oh yeah, hold the camera for us." How much is salary?
I mean, we just become like a cameraman. It's not a laughing matter. It's a very bad, very serious situation. I know a lot of people. I mean, I suspect that people will be struggling to enter that kind of what do you call it? That kind of assignment. Where you monitor boys that don't have regard for money. And they can do a skit and throw in there hundreds and thousands of money. Oh my! Anyway, lessons learned. I hope they have done that. Before our guest comes in. What more before we go to Nisib and the man? I just stopped it. Well, let's just do this one before we go. I probably would try to get Bosum back. I would like us to talk about this Eric Chelle man that have just been appointed as Super Eagles coach, and also alleged return of the money that they claimed the former Minister of Petroleum, Desani, Alison Madueke, gifted to Nigeria from the bottom of her heart, about $50 million. They are very, very kind, philanthropic human beings in this world. But we'll take a short break and come back because our guest in the house and we want him to get firing. Let's sit back and listen to this piece by Rugged Man and Nice, or Ruggedibala. Good morning, Marcel.
Good morning, Faj and the team.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning to you and Happy New Year to everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Once again, it's me, the individual running the game physical. I'm here to open my mouth, the inner yang spiritual, to speak my heart. Let you know where it did in me. Spiriting my fight and talk about me up in this industry. Where them big day when I speak on mechanics and shoemakers and they talk around the subject like our law makers. Before I drop the head, the industry was messed up. Figures the rule, my real rappers, them days stressed up. Nobody did a thing until I came through. I cleared the whole area. Now real rappers have a say too. Now people they listen to them, come from the platform. Some they take them to the next hip hop forum. From Nigeria, the war, we do Fuji and Afrobeat, but we all know hip hop is running the streets. What you gonna know where the music comes from in the long run? The fusion of grammar, the slang, and the mother tongue.
Mr. T, you're hanging in there, right?
I am fast. It's just a slight thing. The battery is running fast, sure.
Wow.
So I'm trying hard to see what I can do. It's really, really, man. Oh, I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying.
That's our Nigeria.
Yeah. You should see my sitting room now, upside down, putting everything. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let's see how it goes. Let's change my internet. Another. These lyrics, this guy's lyrics are so deep, and
Very, very peaceful.
I don't think people really understand the music on the lyrics and the music. They just sing it. Atewo Mobale, nobody knows how those marks got there. Incredible. Nobody knows.
Okay, I'm coming back to you. Okay, oh, the video. No problem.
Vintage Talkshow with Akintunde-Johnson.
Our guest is here. First time in the new year. I was editor of the defunct business Concord Airs, ex-business editor of The Punch, former member of the editorial board of the Guardian newspapers, former chief economist and group head, research and economic intelligence at the Zenith Bank PLC, currently lead consultant and CEO at Mascot Consult and Communication Limited. It's a great honor this morning. Marcel, okay. Good morning, Marcel.
Good morning, FAJ, and thank you for having me on this program, the very first this year. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I know you must have prepared yourself for this one. What I want to hear, when they do New Year prediction, most times they will start with good news, then they will now dovetail into fairly worrisome waters. So I want you to think carefully about what you are going to tell us this morning. The topic this morning is called Economic Predictions and Possibilities for 2025. So, as our guru, what do you have in your plate for us? What do you think the coast will look like for Nigeria and Nigerians?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. I wish a copy of my article that's been widely published is with you now, because the article is titled 2025 Economy, a leap into the dark for Nigeria. 2025 Economy, a leap into the dark for Nigerian economy, or for Nigeria. For Nigeria, yes, that's what that article is titled, and was widely published, both online and hard copy publications. So with that kind of title, you now know that we are leaping into the dark. In other words, uncertainty. And let me put it this way. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but that's the reality. The only thing that is certain this year is uncertainty. As far as the economy is concerned. If you don't believe it, let me give you a bit of the idea. Do you know that just yesterday, that Dangote refinery of all companies had to raise the pump price, or rather the price per liter of their PMS just yesterday evening? That's the Dangote we've all been celebrating. Had to bring down, the price per liter of PMS late last year. So you can see that step is already being reversed, because the price of oil, if I must tell you now, the price of oil in the global market has shot up in recent days.
Yes.
It used to be hovering between $70 and $75 per barrel, but just a few days ago, it has gone up. And as we speak, it is now that the Brent crude, our own type, is now 81 point something dollars per barrel. Okay, so and this country, Nigeria, I don't know whether to call it a mistake, by allowing Dangote to be importing crude. So meaning that what happens in the global market will be driving or deciding what Dangote does or does not do. So once the price of crude went up, it means that the cost of their raw material, which is crude, has gone up. So they had to factor that into their operation, and they have raised their price per liter. So meaning that we are in for another round of upsurge in inflation rate. And if you know, the level of inflation at the end of the year was 34.80. That 4.80%. Okay? And let me also tell you why it's uncertainty. And the government based this year's budget, 2025, on an assumption that inflation rate will be 15%. Okay? So if we ended 2024 at 34.80, and government is basing this year's budget on assumed 15%, what do you make of that? What do you make of? So it's unrealistic. And meaning that the budget is being built on a very faulty foundation. I'm now telling you that nothing, we have not seen anything. Economists and analysts, we have not seen anything that will make the inflation rate to come down from around that 5%, at which it ended 2024, to 15% anytime this year. Mind you, we're already in the year. So where is the 15%? The 15%. Okay? That's on one hand. On the other hand, let me also tell you that the entire budgetary process.
Please, Marcel, on this one hand that you are talking about, just an insert. Why are they importing? Why are we not supplying them directly? Crude oil. Why is Dangote importing?
That is the challenge. That's the challenge. You know, the oil and gas industry here in Nigeria, has so many problems besetting it. So many problems. You understand? Such that it is not easy for us to increase or expand our production. You understand? While many international oil companies are living, again, I say that is on one hand. On the other hand, you have this phenomenon of oil theft. You understand? You have vandalism. You have organized sabotage, and so on and so forth. You have lack of new investment in that sector. So all these combine, to be whittling or making not allowing the production in that sector to go up. You understand? Then also factor in the fact that some of the production have been mortgaged in the past in terms of borrowing with oil that's to be produced. You know that under the immediate past administration. So when you put all this together, you see the constraint that they are facing. Then there's the issue of politics or bureaucracy in terms of allowing Dangote to be getting all its crude oil requirement from local sources. So there are a lot of constraints in that regard, and because of that, for them to produce at the capacity they want to produce, and so that their operations become profitable, they were kind of forced, or they decided to also import crude from outside, in addition to whatever volume or quantity that they're able to get here locally. So that is their plight. And so, because of this import element in it, they will always be affected by what happens in the global market. And that's what is playing out now. You understand? So that's why I said on one hand. On the other hand, we already have challenge with the budget. There's what is called Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007. That Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007 says that the budget for any year has to be presented to the National Assembly by the President latest 30th September. You present the budget for the next year. You understand? And so the budget for this year, if you remember, was presented to the National Assembly on the 18th of December 2024. So meaning only 14 days, 2 weeks to the end of 2024, that the President presented the budget to the National Assembly, allowing them only 14 days if we must have our budget cycle of January to December, which is what the law says in the Fiscal Responsibility Act. So you see there is a gross violation of the Fiscal Responsibility Act that the budget was not presented anytime, stipulated by the law. What do you think the National Assembly will do within 2 weeks? The 2 weeks has come and gone. Now we're already in 2025, and so they are still battling to make sense of various sections of the budget. If you are following what is going on, you see various departments, the ministry departments and agencies, heads of these institutions being invited to come and defend and discuss their budget. Who knows how long this will take? You understand? So as long as that is ongoing, you can see that the budget, the economy looks rudderless, because the economy is directed by mainly the content of the budget. You understand? And so somebody can easily say, you continue to implement the 2024 budget and so on and so forth. Was 2024 budget produced for 2025? Budget is supposed to be an annual plan, and each budget is a product of its own environment. There are circumstances, there are assumptions that are made for such budget to be produced. So if you say let 2024 continue, were these things the same thing last year when that budget was produced? And it's a gross violation of the law. Okay? And that means a direct distortion of our budget cycle, which is supposed to be January to December. And the signal is sent to other operators in the economy is that they are lost, because it is the federal government budget that they look at to pick, some of the assumptions or pick some of the positions for them to do their own budget. I'm talking about businesses, both inside here and outside. So once there's no budget, what do they look at? What do they consider? Even subnationals, local government, state government have to look at the federal government budget and pick certain things from there for them to make up their own. But here we are, in almost the ending of January, and the budget for the federal government is, nowhere nearing completion. So I am telling you what this is, that some people who go ahead to predict, if you call it predict, that the economy will go this way, go that way, they are only making their money, and they are called experts. They just say something. At the end of the day, that will not come to pass. It will not work, because there are many variables they cannot determine. They are very variable. They don't know how they are going to behave. I have told you about inflation. I have told you about the price of oil. Okay? I can also tell you about the volume of oil that is assumed in the budget. The federal government said they are going to produce 2.06 million barrels per day. But as we speak, we have been producing at 1.5 million barrels per day. Given the picture I have just painted and what is going on now, what will make Nigeria to now move from 1.4 or 1.5 million barrels per day to jump to up to 2 million barrels per day within this year, or within this quarter, within the second quarter? You understand? But that is what is assumed in the budget. So meaning that the budget has already started failing, even before it comes into existence. But if you invite some economists so that they will sound nice to the government, they will paint all kinds of very, very nice picture of how the economy will recover this year. This will happen, that will happen. with this is I'm telling you, it will dawn on you. It will be obvious to you that we are everything is still rudderless. You know, there's no we are not seeing any light in the tunnel yet, whether it is green or red light. You understand? So that's why I wrote that article and I titled it that way. Okay. So, but that doesn't mean that all of us will go and jump into the lagoon. Okay. We have to hope. We have to hope. And after all, the agenda of the government is termed renewed hope. We have to keep hoping, you know, that these factors, these indicators did not deteriorate. You understand? Did not deteriorate, you know. And you can also see that government continues to go around borrowing. Okay, borrowing from all around the world, and you know what borrowing is. Okay, at the end of the day, how do you pay? You know, so much debt you are incurring. What do you sell? How do you earn foreign exchange? You know, to pay, especially when there are external debt. Okay, and so on and so forth. So these are the things that are there, but may not be obvious to a lot of people. I have mentioned what is happening in the USA. Do you know what that will translate to? When other marketers, those who market fuel, get to depot and other get to filling station, what that means is that the pump price of PMS, as I'm talking to you, go and check out now, has gone up. Yeah. And once it goes up, it now fits into the cost of transportation. It now fits into all goods and services in this country. And it all now will translate into further rise in inflation. It will translate into further diminishing of the purchasing power of you and I and everybody in the economy. It will continue to now translate into what is called money illusion. You'll be holding bags of millions of money. Go to the market and buy something. You cannot buy anything. That is called money illusion. And you tell yourself you're a millionaire. What does it amount to? You know? So that's the situation we are facing. That's the situation we're facing. Okay? Government will now tell you that external reserve, you know, has gone up to millions, billion of dollars. Let me tell you the challenge with that. Do you know how much of that external reserve has come about? There's what is called drawdown. They have done some drawdown on this money being lent to them by some institutions, maybe World Bank, IMF. They drawn part of it down. So that is part of the external reserve. Let me also tell you that the Central Bank of Nigeria, in trying to fight inflation, has been raising, you know, the benchmark interest rate. That is the guide to tell banks, look at the way interest rate will be going. We are fighting inflation. As we're speaking now, it is at 27.75%. And so the effective interest rate in various banks now is between 30% and 5%. That's what they are charging. 30 to 5% per annum. Do you understand? So because of this, if you compare the interest rate in Nigeria and the interest rate in other places, you see that the interest rate in Nigeria is very, very attractive. So when you apply this in selling what is called government security, that is something like treasury bills and all that. People from other parts of the world will buy our treasury bill because they know the returns they are going to get. Do you understand? What did it work out because of this high percentage will be good to them compared to other countries. Do you understand? So because of that, they will invest their money in Nigeria. But that is called foreign portfolio investment, and it's called hot money because it runs around. It is different from foreign direct investment, meaning that you cannot get any tangible investment on ground. It's a paperwork. You understand? So they use it to buy government securities. It's like you're buying shares, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, because the world is a global village, when they look at other countries and their own interest rate is going up so that they can benefit, they just pull out and run to these places. Or some of them can only stay for 3 months with us, some 6 months, some 1 month, depending on the tenure of the instrument they bought, and they will just fly away. You understand? Because when you consider direct investment, meaning putting something on ground here, you have to look at the investment climate completely, in its totality, holistically. Then you ask yourself, is Nigeria the best place to invest now compared to other parts of the world? You understand? So they will not come here. They will not. And so they will only invest in those securities and fly away. So that is the major component of the Federal Reserve. But when they tell you, nobody will break it down to tell you that we are dealing with hot money.
Can I just quickly point this? Yeah. Can I?
Well, you
or may I?
You pointed out. Yes, you can. You can point it out, but he's not going to answer until we take a break because I need to drink something and some water. It's
Oh,
the
but can I just drop it so he
yes, you
thinks
can
through
drop
it?
it. You can drop it so you
Okay,
can
now
come back to it.
a very. I have not read your sir. I have not read your write-up, but it's quite interesting that I have to do that immediately. However, you use the word rudderless. Rudderless in my mind means just there, no head, no tail, or nobody's giving directions. I want to ask this question: are we bereft with people who really know or what understand the economics are? Because economics to me is not what I learned in school. It's gone beyond that. Because the Nigerian system will drift to left and right and down. Right now, this is a very gloomy and bleak picture, I must confess. Don't we have people in the NEC, for example, Economic Committee or Council, who can think through these things? Because somebody is just not doing his or her job.
Okay,
Fine.
Marcel will answer that when we come back. I
Okay.
also want to put it to you. I've just gone through your article, and I want you to put more thoughts into what you mean when you say there's a continued dissonance over some critical policies, which will certainly put a drag on the economy in 2025. And you mentioned the three bills, the tax bills before the National Assembly, and the president says stubborn resolve. That he's not going to condone any arguments about it and all that. When we take a break, we come back. Let's rest a bit. This thing that Marcel has thrown to us is very big. We come back. All I know this is Iduro. We'll be back shortly. Wow. So what are we getting out of the woods? So
It's very sad, really. And it's so scary.
every time we ask that question, Mr. T, why can't
Yeah.
we get it right? Don't we have the people that will get it? You can't play politics with the economy.
Thank you.
Why
Oh,
can't
thank you, Fad. That's why that question is up. Don't you have people there? Look, for example, Fad, you are doing your job now. These people know this is your job. You can't do their job for them. That's why they are being paid.
Yeah.
You've got to feel it. I can't feel it. I just can't feel it. It's wow.
It's so dispiriting when you know you could have it much better and then it's not working. Look at Naira to dollar. It's so embarrassing.
Ah, and the services we have to carry by ourselves. We pay for insecurity, we pay for security, we pay for lights, we take care of
Yeah.
our social system by ourselves. It,
We do virtually
it
every
doesn't
amenity.
compute.
Yeah. So you
It doesn't
wonder
compute.
what exactly are they managing? What are they macromanaging?
I don't get it. I don't get. I think they've lost it too. I think they are confused as well, just as we are.
I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the problem when you when emotions enter into selections or appointments.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I probably would not know how to go about doing it, but I know when it's not being done rightly
Hmm.
because the results show. It's the truth.
Okay, I can't
Yeah.
see. Marcel, are you there?
Where is he?
I'm with
Yes, he's
you.
there.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
there.
I'm joining you shortly.
I'm with you.
Vintage Talkshow with Akintunde-Johnson, the FAJ.
We are back, and so is Marcel with us. Marcel, over to you. The final leg of our discussion. Mr. T mentioned about, don't we have people, competent people? These are so-called 200 million people and all that. Why can't we get
I
it
want to
right?
respond to that question. The issue is not whether we have people that are knowledgeable enough or not. But somebody also did say mixing politics with economy. Why is it that by this time you hear people talking about 2027? 2027. Meaning that some people are already talking about who becomes what in 2027. And you now see that is being factored into whatever decision, that is being made, wherever. You understand? That is even a priority to some people. You understand? Not even how you feel or how you are impacted. Okay? So you see that as we speak, we cannot say that is the best, materials that are selected. There are other considerations, who will be loyal to who, to achieve that end and all that. Those are there. You understand? But let me also tell you that part of what you are seeing, is a product, is a factor that beyond the control of Nigeria as an economy. You understand? I have mentioned to you how the price of oil has gone up in the global market. Do you understand? What can Nigeria do about that, given our circumstances now? You understand? What can Nigeria do, given our situation now? So there are what is called vulnerabilities. We are vulnerable to those things. You understand? But in managing the effect of those things locally, you see that there's a lot of mixture of politics and economics. You understand? And then the issue of deep-rooted corruption. If some people did not lose their position in the recent past, for you to now see, the trillions and billions that they all stole and stashed away, would you have known that it happened? You understand? So let me show you another example. Do you see the budget? The National Assembly people that are now considering the budget, each one of them is angling for what they can corner, what they can bring to their constituency, what they can put into their pocket. Okay, let me tell you, for example, why is it that this road, is it Lagos Calabar Coastal Road? If you check, they say it is missing. It is missing in the budget. Why will it be missing in the budget?
Wow.
Okay, and they call some heads of MDAs. Is either their budgets are considered too low or considered too high, and so on and so forth. So that's why I say rudderless. So there's confusion everywhere. And people who occupy various positions are there for themselves, what they can make, and not what impact, positive or negative, they want to make on the economy, on Nigeria as a whole. That's what is going on. Thank you.
Now, what's your reaction? Like my final question before we pack it up. What's your reaction to the tax bills? There's so much arguments and complaints, especially from the state governors and stakeholders. And Mr. President said he has put it there. Go and argue it out. I'm not changing anything. What's your opinion about that?
Well, you have read my article, and I did say in that article that the president's stance in terms of not allowing further discussions or deliberations by key stakeholders, that's a serious challenge. A body like the National Economic Council, headed by the Vice President Shetima, when they met on this matter, they said, please recall these bills from the National Assembly, and let it be subjected to further discussions by key stakeholders. You understand? That was dismissed. When the Northern Governors Forum met, they also echoed the same thing. Bring out this bill from the National Assembly. Let it be subjected to further discussion by key stakeholders. The government, the president just kept looking at them. You understand? Is it now the again not another body called for the same thing, and some other key stakeholders said bring out these bills and let them be subjected to further discussion. And the president said no. You understand? So that's why I wrote in the article that this kind of stand, this kind of position, hard position by the president is likely to cause a lot of challenges going forward. And as we speak, that is playing out. You can see the governors, whether yesterday or 2 days ago, there was a kind of turnaround in their position. They changed position and issued a communique after their meeting, saying, okay, we have now approved all the bills. Our own position is that don't raise the rate of VAT. And they gave a certain ratio. So you see, again, the whole thing is being mixed with politics. It's being mixed with politics. Yes. So behind the scene, the government must have reached out to lobby people. Some people are now saying, good, okay, because of what they can get from the whole thing. But devoid of all these sentiments and all that, they have said the initial position, which is bring out these bills to be subjected to further discussions and all that. So how come they are now changing their position? What has changed for the governors to now change their position? No, what has changed for them to change their position and say we are now allowing you and all that? So FAJ, my brother, there's a lot of, the more you look, the less you see in all of these things. You understand? So that's a challenge we face. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
I was hoping for some silver lining behind the dark clouds. And Marcel is saying it's not even green light.
No lining. No lining, sir.
It's not like there's no green lining. There's no lining at all.
No, we're all in this economy. We're all in this economy. If you think there's lining anywhere, mention it so that I can explain to you honestly.
Well,
because in the past couple of months or years now, we have been hearing about palliative. Where has palliative taken us to? Where has palliative taken us to? Okay, I'm also saying that the rebasing of the GDP, you must have heard about that, rebase GDP and all that. I said I hope this doesn't turn out to be a mere placebo. It's a mere placebo, meaning something you want to do so that the economy will look good to you and you say clap for yourself that you are doing well. Because when you rebase the economy, it's likely that the figure that will come out will go up, and you say we are doing well. Are you doing well?
That's almost like believing in your lies. Those are believing in your lies. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Marcel Okeke. I think we'll wait a couple of months and see how the weather is, and then we'll call you for your review of your prediction. It's gloomy, as Mr. T said, and we just pray that Nigeria will thrive one way or the other. Beyond the doomsday analysis of clear-eyed economic gurus, we wish ourselves the country the best. Thank you so much, Marcel, for joining us this weekend.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is a Vintage Talkshow.
Oh my.
Akintunde-Johnson, the FAJ.
Just let's look for something to make ourselves feel happy. That Marcel review has put a dampener to me. So we are going on with Let's Rewind. Let's close the show. Mr. T, let's close. I'm already frustrated. Let's close the show.
Oh boy.
Wow. Well, Let's Rewind is our way of honoring the legacies of our great entertainers every other month. We devote the last few minutes of the show to music that virtually became national anthems when they were released. We call them chartbusters of yesteryears. Today, we visit the year 2005. Mr. T, remember this song? I'll start with it. It says Dem Mama Timaya.
Oh, lovely.
Interestingly, Mr. T, this was done in 2005, and it speaks to
Yeah.
2025. The issues
Oh.
are still with us. They are misfiring. While the Nigerian military force is trying to kill bandits, they end up killing Nigerians who are chasing bandits. Yeah. They still kill us. We are still hungry. The economy is still in shambles.
Well, sometimes, Faj, different strokes for different folks. The scenario then totally different from now, where bandits have infiltrated the communities. So for me, it takes, you have to look at that, On the other hand, I do believe that most of our songwriters are actually prophets in making, or people who see the future without really seeing the future. But when they write about it, it's happened before or it's going to happen very soon. Very predictive. So a song like that is evergreen, and I think it's quite good.
Okay. As Timaya Dem Mama is talking about killings in the creeks. Now let's move on. This second one is more uppity, just having fun. Tongolo by the band.
The bunch.
Till now, Mr. T, we still don't know the cocoa.
We don't know that
cocoa. Yes.
You read my mind. I was not going to ask, what is this cocoa? What does it mean?
You have been trying to tell the cocoa for 20 years. You don't know the cocoa.
You don't know the cocoa. Oh. And it was like a national anthem then, really.
Yes, it was. It was. Well, that was the love obsessed. The band. I don't know what he sings now. What is it? It's all about. It's all about women in time past. That was 2005. Next on our
Wow.
list, we are rewinding to 2005, and our next
Mm.
P is Busybody, P Square, and this version featuring Wade
Mm.
MC.
Well, mm.
It's so sad, Mr. T, what that the twins, uh, Paul and Peter,
Yeah,
had to separate,
yeah,
uh, and now they have some kind of bitter feud between them.
very,
Strange,
very, very
so
strange.
so sad
Very, very strange.
because
I
they
was
make good.
actually hoping that we'll wake up one day, Faj, and we'll
Mm,
see them come together again. When they were rising, I remember it was almost the peak of our radio performances and stuff. And
yeah,
one or two interviews we heard with them then, there was a promise to tidy things up, especially after mom passed. And I do not know what happened after, because up until this
mm.
moment, yeah, one of the very, very intriguing stories of the music scene for me. Yeah.
It's very some of the stuff that we
Yeah,
read online,
yeah,
some
yeah,
notes and reposts, and uh, it's
yeah.
it's it's, um, it's toxic. Mm.
Very, very.
But we remember Busybody and we reflect what the time it was, 2005. Let's move
Mm-hmm.
on to this other beats. This is also interesting. Let me allow Wed MC to do her thing before I drop it.
Oh,
very energetic,
Too
very
much.
sprightly, very, but
Shola is something else.
mm, okie dokie. Thank
Yeah.
you from the memories. Our next beat on, let's rewind to 2005 is D Genie Ego. I don't know whether it's Ego or Ego.
Ego.
Yeah, I
Easy
remember.
ego.
It's
Ego.
yeah, I remember.
Ego. It's money, right?
Yeah, it is.
Ego.
Sir, lovely, lovely, lovely lyrics, rhythmic,
Nice one.
almost poetic.
Wow. How long ago, Fudge?
Sir,
How long ago? This piece?
2005,
Oof.
almost
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we have two more songs before we call it go. Call it a go. Um, there are some that we can play because of time. There's also Chatbusters of 2005, Kerewa by Zuli Zoo. I don't think that should be.
Azuzu.
I don't think that should be played on radio. And there is
Yeah.
Sample Ekwe by Original Stereo Man. But this also
Okay.
goes back to speaking to our leadership, to governance.
Hmm. Hmm.
This African China, and it says letter
Okay.
to Mr. That letter is still relevant. It's still
It is
it's
still
still there.
relevant. Yeah.
It's still
It's
relevant.
still there. Likewise, all letters, by the way.
20-year-old letter is still resonating. You speak about artists as prophets. This is a
Yeah.
good example. A good
It
example.
is. They see the future. I don't know how, but they see the future. Sometimes their lyrics just tell the story. And for the generation coming after, they will wake up one day and write their story about their nation based on what they heard the songs and the
Hmm.
lyrics that tied around. Yeah, it's a reference point for them in future. Even everything changes. Yeah, which it will be a better, glorious morning for the future, but we still have these relics to remind us of what happened in the past.
Yeah, you're right. Dollar for street our naira. Home price turned to wahala. That is our living
Imagine.
reality, even as we speak. Well done, Africa and China, speaking to the future, or sadly, a gloomy future. And we hope that will turn around for good so that we can write another letter. Now we end
It
with
will.
this. Let's end on a spiritual note. Let's end on a very nice note. This is a lovely one from also from 2005 by Bucci. Why? You remember Bucci? Bucci with his
Yeah.
mega debut. This was is I think it's sophomore. Uh, and it was nice. Let's hear this. This is called Ma Ma. Well, we settle on Mama by Bucci. We like to say our buys. Esife, you go first.
All right, I would like to say bye to everybody. We are not leaving you. We'll hear from you all next week. Enjoy your week.
Thank you. Mr. T, thank you for hanging on till the very end.
Yep.
Extraordinarily. Yeah, let me hear you. We have the final words today.
My mantra for the year is never give up. So this morning, Faj, I realized I should not give up on the IT
Yeah,
stuff and the
yeah,
PHCN stuff. So I forged on.
yeah,
So make sure
yeah.
you carry the same into the new year. I wish you the best. See us next week.
Serious thank you. And from Mr. T, whatever you are doing for the good of yourself, your family, your community, your nation, don't give up. That's Mr. T's homily for you. Well, as I always say here, be genuinely nice to people around you every day and do good as best as you can afford it. So I say from here to you, stay blessed and have a great weekend. See you next week. By His grace. Let me stop the Facebook. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. We end the stream now.